What is up? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the politics and BS. I have been wanting to talk about this for several days, just getting a chance to really get into it. And so much has happened since this news broke about this fat slob, Mark Robinson, lieutenant governor for North Carolina. I don't even know how he got that role, but he's running to become the governor for the state of North Carolina, and he has been endorsed by the biggest perv of them all, former President Donald Trump, who never should have been in that position either. But since the scandal that broke, so much has happened in the wake of that because he refused to step down from running. So now it's looking like he is going to lose the state of North Carolina, that being Mark Robinson, deservedly so, as well as hopefully former President Donald Trump, who is currently running to be president, running for the third time, but running from prison, so therefore running for president. This scandal is so disgusting. I believe every single bit of what has been reported about him, but of course he came out and denied the things that were uncovered about him, and a lot of it is so creepy that I can't even say a lot of the things that were said, because the things that he posted on these sites, a lot of them are PORN in nature. I can't even read it. It's just that foul and disgusting. But also, why it's so foul and disgusting, because all of these people that are running for office, they're all human beings. No one is perfect. But the reason why it's so laughable is because these are the same people that are so hypocritical. They want to control other people's lives, but yet in the dark, in the booth, in the corner, they are the ones that are doing these things and living their lives this way. But out in public, they not only want to act as if they are something that they are not, but they want to tell other people to be that too. So that's why the stuff to me is just so laughable. It's just a bunch of BS. Like my commentary on all of this stuff regarding it's politics and BS, because that's just what it has become, and even so much more now, because the days of all of the corruption, yeah, that stuff has not gone away. It's honestly so much more of it now. But the days back when it used to be George Bush, Bill Clinton, Ronald Reagan, even the people before those years, before I even knew what was going on, because I just was either a baby or not even born yet, it's just become so foul, where it's just like there is no bottom anymore. So Mark Robinson, he was discovered to be on these sites and saying a lot of things about himself being a black Nazi, saying how he used to go peeping on women at a public gym when he was 14 years old, talking about how he likes it when he's watching PORN. He talked about he had a profile, allegedly, on a site called nudeafrica, of all things, right? And it had a message board. An email address that he is known to use was on it. He's used it on numerous websites across the net for decades. It was so lewd, so gratuitous. It was just disgusting. And he made it under a username called Mini Soldier, MINISOLDR. And it's something that he has been known to use frequently online. So what are the odds? Like, seriously, and this stuff goes back years. Don't try to put this on AI and they can do anything online and make stuff up and it was not me, because we believe it was you. Talking about reinstating slavery, talked about how he likes trans, PORN, but yet he's so against the LGBTQ community in public. And see, this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about, the hypocrisy, the BS of it all. Talking about he's preaching, and of course he's got to be a preacher, right? Of course he's got to be up in somebody's pulpit, and just being so loud, so angry, so mean, and so hypocritical. So a lot of his staff have now quit. They've stepped down in light of the report that was broken last week, where CNN broke the news that this is what one of Donald Trump's faves, calling him better than Martin Luther King. He's Martin Luther King on steroids. He's Martin Luther King's times two. Like, these are the things that Donald Trump said about this dude. And it's disgusting. Let's play what Donald Trump had to say about him.
Let's play all the times that Trump has cozied up to Mark Robinson.
He's been an unbelievable Lieutenant Governor, Mark Robinson. This is Martin Luther King on steroids. I think you're better than Martin Luther King. I think you are Martin Luther King times two. Mark Robinson, he's out there, he's fighting. He's a great one. I want to thank a very good man, and he's in there fighting. He's fighting, and we know he's a fighter. The next governor of North Carolina, Mark Robinson.
Once Republicans elected Donald Trump, the sort of pearl clutching over things like porn, infidelity, threats of violence. I mean, Republican Party already said that was all fine for Trump. And so the fact that he is just trafficking in the same thing, he feels like he has complete immunity, and he does. The Republican Party has let people, he's not the first, he's not the last, get away with this stuff. The problem is not just for down ballot, it's up ballot. So Democrats haven't won North Carolina since 2008, as you know. They want it so bad they can taste it. And what they are hoping is that this gubernatorial race has an up ballot effect. And with stuff like this over and over and over again, I think they'll get their wish. And of course he's not going to drop out, because with Trump and the right, Trump means never having to say, I'm sorry.
That is the perfect way of putting it, because the fact that you have an adulterous porn actress sleeping with a racist scumbag of failure in business who could become the president of the United States, now convicted felon running for president, why would this man think that he should have to drop out? But here's the kicker. Mark Robinson is a fat black man. He's not a fat white man. Let's just be honest. So the stakes are not going to shake out the way that they would if he were a fat white man. If Mark Robinson wasn't black, they would be standing behind him a whole lot more than they are right now. So that's why it's not surprising that all of these people have stepped down from his campaign since this has happened. But when he was confronted about what happened, this is what he had to say.
For being willing to talk to us. I think we'll just jump right into it. Do you deny that this account is you?
Well, first off, let me say thank you so much for allowing me to come here and clear the air. We absolutely do. This is not us. These are not our words, and this is not anything that is characteristic of me, nor has it ever been. The people here of North Carolina know I have been completely transparent about my history. All the warts, we put them all out. We let folks know about it. But the folks here also know my character. They know who I am. They know my voice, so to speak. This is not my voice. This is not things that we would ever say or even think. And so absolutely we do.
How do you explain all of the matching details on this profile? The profile on Nude Africa lists your full name as Mark Robinson. The email listed on an account is an email that you have used elsewhere on the internet, including with your photo. You have used that name, Mini Soldier, on multiple social media accounts, including Twitter, Pinterest, Black Planet, and YouTube. How can you deny, with all of these matching details, that this is you?
Look, I'm not going to get into the minutia of how somebody manufactured these salacious tabloid lies, but I can tell you this: there's been over $1 million spent on me through AI by a billionaire son who's bound and determined to destroy me. The things that people can do with the internet now is incredible. But what I can tell you is this: again, these are not my words. This is simply tabloid trash being used as a distraction from the substantive issues that the people of this state are facing. We have addressed it. We have said it's not true. And we wish we could move on and get busy with the business of the people of the state.
Okay, well, these posts, they do take place over a 5-year period from 2008 to 2013. You mentioned AI. Are you saying that somebody was somehow manufacturing biographical details to exactly match you using your username?
Look, I have no idea how this was done. I have absolutely no idea how it was done. And I have 5 weeks left in this campaign to focus on the substantive issues that North Carolinians face. I do not have time for tabloid trash.
There have been rumors that some of your campaign staff have quit. Can you tell us if that's true or not?
Absolutely not, and we are not getting out of this race. There are people who are counting on us to win this race because, again, we don't want a governor who's going to be a person that can't be counted on to tell the truth. And I can assure you, my opponent has been taken to court for not telling the truth in campaigns. And he's been completely dishonest in his ads against me. This camp is so desperate to destroy us. It's just like Clarence Thomas said years ago. This is a high-tech lynching. And, back long years ago, they used to use rope. Now they're using cable.
Now, Lieutenant Governor Robinson released a video on X shortly after our interview, underscoring that he plans to still stay in the race.
Well, you heard what he had to say, and he's a liar. Listen, several top operatives on his campaign have stepped down, okay? So the general consultant and senior advisor, Conrad Pogorzelski III, campaign manager Chris Rodriguez, finance director Heather Willier, and deputy campaign manager Jason Rizk have stepped down from the campaign. So he said it wasn't true, just like he said that all of the stuff that's being reported about him isn't true. It's just ridiculous. Others have left the campaign. Caroline Winchester, the deputy finance director, political director John Contolis, political director Jackson Laurer, and director of operations Patrick Riley, they've left too. Dude, you're cooked. You want to be on these porn sites. You wanted to call yourself a black Nazi. Donald Trump endorsed him. Just continue to lie until the finish line. You might as well, because you're not good at it. So I was about to say you're good at it, but that's what you're used to doing. I'll just put it that way. So all of the disgusting things, I'm going to put a link to another video that you can watch if you want to hear some of the things that he wrote on some of these message boards. I'm not even going to go into it. It's just foul and disgusting. I felt creepy even listening to it myself. But he is finished. And this is not something that I am surprised by, because again, I've been talking about the hypocrisy of these so-called Christians who want to be all for Trump when he is the most anti-Christ person that I could think of in this nation, in this country. Okay? The Bible says that there are going to be many antichrists. I'm not talking about the person, but the spirit. There's going to be many people that embody that. And Donald Trump definitely indeed embodies that. So I wanted to just talk about that a little bit and get your thoughts on it. So you let me know what you think, guys, in the comments about Mark Robinson and all of his hypocrisy, him being a black Nazi, he claims, saying that he's all for slavery. He'd sure like to buy a few. And all of the gratuitous things that he has been putting out there on those PORN sites, but yet he is this Bible toting, hellfire burning preacher that is living a hypocritical life behind the scenes. And was even on the Ashley Madison site, which is a site for people who are married that want to have affairs. How about that? Thanks, guys, for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.